Right, good morning everyone. Give me a few seconds and we're gonna start the session. Right. Okay. All right. Good morning everyone. Welcome to another pre-market session. Today's April 21st and we're gonna start with the events and the news for the market, and then we're gonna start analyzing the S&P 500, Nasdaq, and individual tickers. Then we're gonna go straight to live trading for the day. So let's get started with the whole news. So yesterday, what happened on the whole overall market is mainly just a pullback, and that was basically an exhaustion and just some sort of technical consolidation on the whole market, on SPY and Qs and many individual tickers. Nothing crazy happened. Basically, the US-Iran tension is still there. Oil is flat. There's no major panic so far. There is conflict, but the market is so far ignoring the whole conflict. So nothing crazy is happening on the price action side, in terms of basically the tensions. On the macro events side, the Fed Chair Kevin Warsh, it's his hearing today, and well, that could move the market, but we'll see how the market will react to it. And that would be pretty much it. We have earning planned for Tesla tomorrow, so that's going to be very important for us and for obviously the whole market as well. Okay, so with that being said, let's get started here and go over the technicals, because that's going to be, I guess, the main focus on the earnings side, on the economic calendar side. There isn't much going on for the day. So let's start with SPY. What's happening on the S&P 500 here? We had this massive run, and then after this breakout of 682, we didn't even stop. We gapped up, pushed higher, gapped up, pushed higher, pretty much every single day, every single trading day, and that was a obviously massive bullish move. What happened yesterday was some sort of normal consolidation. Okay, that's a very normal consolidation, profit taking, and that kind of confirms that the buyers are still present, because the previous high is around this 98 level, and we are really far from there. We could basically push back down, retest here, bounce back up, but that didn't happen. Yesterday we retested this zone of 710, rejected, but then finally at the end of the day we pushed back up all the way higher, and in the pre-market we retested 712, which is the previous all-time high that happened 2 days ago. So we are so far holding above yesterday's high. That's a very important level that SPY is holding so far, right above this 710 level, which is yesterday's high. So if that level gets if SPY holds that level, That would be the key important basically leveled on watch for some sort of potential continuation to the upside if that happens. Okay, so that's going to be the important level. If we hit this area, bounce back up, there's a high chance of retesting this 712, and then we'll keep it on watch for a potential breakout. That's a little bit crazy to think about it, because like we're really overextended on SPY on higher time frames, but that's also possible because what happened till now was pretty crazy. Probably the same thing will happen in the next couple of days if the craziness continues. But on the technical side, I'm really a fan of seeing a possible retest around this 695, 696, 697 ish zone. We'll see if that happens or not. So if we break below this 710 level, then another kind of price action like yesterday is possible, right? So that would be a possible breakout of this level and then retest of all the way down till maybe 706, 707. Yesterday we didn't even hit pre-market low, so the bid is there. Buyers are pretty much there. So that confirms the fact that the strength of the buyers are not fading yet, at least. Qs, the same scenario. Previous all-time high was around this 637. We didn't even hit this zone after breaking it. We broke out, retested, and then boom, all the way up higher till 650. Yesterday we retested this 642 and then finally pushed back up higher. Now if I zoom into yesterday's price action, this is very clear, right? So yesterday we actually did push lower on Qs, retested the high of last Thursday, bounced back up, and then now in the pre-market we are kind of holding above yesterday's high, and we hit new all-time high in the pre-market but then pushed back down. So pretty tough zone here on Qs as well. So this whole 648 obviously on watch for a possible breakdown or bounce. The possibility of bouncing above this level is also there with this whole buyer's strength, and then retesting this all-time high of 650, and then we'll monitor the price action for a possible continuation or a rejection. If this 648, 647 does not hold, the next major level would be this 646. Then after that, we're gonna see a possibility of retesting this 640-ish level again. Okay, so these would be a couple of scenarios by Qs here as well. So the key area would be 648 and then all-time high of 650. I would be hesitant like shorting right off the bat this 648, because first of all the whole higher time frame is super strong right now and very bullish, and this 646 would be the key level that I would be watching. It's also S3 as well, right around this 646 level. So that could happen. We might have just this short move to the downside, so if you want to scalp you can go for it, but for better confirmation I want to see this 646 level getting broken if that scenario actually does happen. Let's talk about a couple of individual tickers. IBIT pretty much holding right above this 42, looks pretty interesting here. USO actually is holding right around yesterday's range, which is very similar to what we see here on WTI around this 85-ish, 85, 86-ish level as well. Let's take a look at VIX as well. VIX is holding pretty well. It's not really that high. It's like really low, right around $18, $19, which indicates the fact that the market is still bullish and strong so far. Okay, so VIX is the fear factor of the market, and so far, after this whole massive run, we are all the way back down below 20, which indicates the bullishness and strength. Apple's CEO, basically Tim Cook, will be changed. I think I forgot the guy's name, but with the product manager of I guess Apple, and that's an interesting news. I guess after multiple decades, years of staying in Apple as CEO and just making the company couple $1 trillion valuation, that's a big. That was basically a massive run by Tim Cook, and now the market didn't really react to it heavily yet. So I was expecting some sort of reaction. Nothing crazy happened. So the major resistance is around this 275 to 80-ish level on Apple, and keep that in mind. And on the other hand, we have this 266 demand zone. So the main areas would be this 266 and then 275 all the way up to this 280 resistance, and here we have this 266 demand. So keep that in mind. Tesla has earning tomorrow, so not gonna probably trade Tesla. It might move, it might push all the way higher above this 416, below this 380. I would be really conservative taking taking a trade on Tesla, because well, we have earning, there is uncertainty, the option premiums are very expensive. Overall, doesn't worth it. And probably the next few days we're gonna have lots of opportunities trading Tesla. So gonna save my capital for that whenever it happens, which probably will be on maybe on Thursday or Friday. So with that being said, we are in this 380 415 range on SPY. So far holding, earning will clear the price action for us. NVIDIA looking super strong here. NVIDIA looks really strong. The all-time high is right around this 213. We're trading around this 202 level. After this basically triangle consolidation, we broke out, retested this zone, and we're continuing moving higher. We're holding above yesterday high, which is really strong, looks really strong. On top watch for the day, definitely. Since it's looking strong, the higher time frame looks strong, the whole momentum looks strong, the bias looks strong. The level is holding levels really well. So as long as it's holding around this 201, above this 201, 200, 201.5 level, that would be interesting. Basically hold by the bit. On the upside, above this 203, 203.5 would be the next critical resistance that once it gets broken, which is basically the pre-market high as well, that could potentially give us some great opportunity for an upside move on NVIDIA. So definitely on watch. Okay. Google, nothing really interesting. It has been consolidating. It needs to either get out of this range and make new all-time high or break below this, maybe 333. AMD, yeah, yesterday it had just a massive move in like the first 30 seconds of the market open, and then rejected the zone, pushed all the way back down, and then for the rest of the day pretty much did nothing. It's holding, it's strong. We're seeing AMD holding above this 260. Obviously, after this whole massive move, it needs to consolidate, and it's happening right now. So, yeah, with that happening, we are still holding below this 280. So 280 would be the key level, even though we actually hit this level yesterday and pushed all the way higher. But still, I want to see it holds above 280. The all-time high is 287, 288. But that would be the key important level to watch on AMD. To the downside, below this 222 would be the important level on watch for a possible short move. That would be possibly a scalp or very short day trade move. down till this demand zone, because the possibility of this demand zone holding is pretty high. Okay, so we'll see if it's going to happen or not. Meta rejected 200 SMA and it's holding inside yesterday's range. So the key area would be the 681, 682 level. If that basically breaks and the price push back up higher, there's a high chance of possible continuation to the upside. So far, we just saw basically a fake breakout of this 200 SMA and then a rejection. So the key area would be this 200 SMA 681.2 level. To the downside, obviously below this 668 could give us some short-term opportunities for trading Meta to the downside for a retest of this 660 and then down till maybe around this 640-ish zone. Okay, so that's about Meta. I like to see it out of this range because it has been trading in this range for the last 3-4 days. So yeah, that's basically the range that we have been trading for a couple of days now. Getting out of this range can give us some clarity. Meta. I like how Meta basically obviously rejected it, or just now it's consolidating after this massive run. We needed it, but it's holding really well right above this 460. So definitely above this 422, 423 on watch on Microsoft. Looking pretty solid so far, holding above this 415, 416 level. So above this pre-market high and especially above yesterday's high could be a really interesting name to watch. To the downside, we need to break below this maybe 415 all the way this 410, 15-ish zone for a possible pullback technically down till this 402.3. That's possible. We'll see. That's how heavily relates to the whole market reaction as well. And Amazon. Amazon is looking pretty solid. Look at Amazon. Amazon's all-time high is right around this 259, 260 level. Amazon broke out of this 248 zone, pushed all the way higher, retested this 248, 245, 248 demand zone, pushed all the way higher, rejected, and then retested this zone again, bounced back up in the pre-market. So very solid price action so far, showcasing that the demand is present right at this 246, 248, 249, 250 level, right? So the demand is there. We have the resistance, the massive resistance zone that it's right now rejecting, but we'll see if it can actually hold above this level. So if it can hold above 252, 253, 254 zone and slowly push back up higher, there's high chance of breaking all-time high. Now that depends on the reaction of the market as well, and if the market end up being weak today, probably that will result in a possible basically break below this 252 on Amazon as well, and then push back down. So not gonna go long right at the resistance zone. That's not the goal. The goal is to just wait for the price action to form here and see how it basically performs and how it get out of this area. All right. Another interesting name might be Oracle as well. Oracle actually had this massive run and then obviously retested right around this area, broke out of this area, retested, and it's slightly holding there. So great change of structure here on Oracle. Above this 184.5 could be interesting name on watch. All right. So yeah, with that being said, I'm gonna go and trade live with the community inside our MTC community, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next one.